Okay, so let's take a look at Locke's second treatise on government as well as the Declaration of Independence and Constitution. So the traditional Gen Ed, IH, political science, civics approach to examine democracy is through the founding documents. Considered a theory in light of our experience and practice of democracy. And Locke's second treatise on government is usually considered the Bible of democracy, and the Declaration of Independence and Constitution are considered, the apps of democracy, the applied versions of them. So looking at the text here, Locke's second treatise on government, we already saw this document. We looked at chapter 5 in our capitalism section. Today we're going to look at chapter 1 and 2 of the text. So the text in general, the first 8 chapters are basically the theoretical expression of democracy, and then the last 10 chapters are the applied version of it, where he looks at what a model of representative democracy would look like. And in the first treatise, which no one ever reads, that's where he makes the case against the divine right of kings, right, which is the sort of standard way of thinking about government at that time. So he goes over that in chapter 1 here. And basically throws that argument out the window, right? And that clears the way for the second treatise, where he will make a positive argument for democracy as a regulating form of government in human society. So in chapter 2 here of the State of Nature, this is the famous chapter, and this is the one chapter that we're going to look at. Let's just take a look at some of the greatest hits. They've been highlighted here for you. So this is in the workshop section, right? So in State of Human Nature, the human nature is a state of perfect freedom, as he calls it, to order one's action and dispose of possessions within the bounds of the law of nature. It is a state also of equality, wherein all the power and jurisdiction are reciprocal. Okay. But though this be a state of liberty, yet it is not a state of license. Though man in that state have an uncontrollable liberty to dispose of his persons or possessions, yet he has not liberty to destroy himself. And then, most importantly, the state of nature has a law of nature to govern it, which obliges everyone, and reason, which is that law, teaches all mankind, who will but consult it, that being all equal and independent, no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions.